I'm Kerry Adams, my magazine's called Strung Out. This is my front cover, double page spread and contents page. I've used lots of red and white contrasting colours and black, and I've also got the title on each one to link the pages together. This presentation will show the creation of the 3 parts of my magazine and the reasons behind it. I began by asking the opinions of classmates as they made the magazine as well. They had to go through the process of the research, getting ideas and making it. And then I recorded some of the responses and posted them. I'm going to show them later if I have time because they're not loading very well at the moment. These are some of the comments that some people said. They're mainly positive. I don't think I've had any negative comments so far. My target audience, people I was aiming for, is middle to late teens, sort of 15 to 19-year-olds, probably not early 20s, either male or female, as long as they're interested in sort of punk and rock and indie music. I made a questionnaire on the internet to get feedback from my target audience. I put it on Facebook because most of my friends and people that age use the site, and they're more likely to check it, and it's sort of more casual. They won't be put off by any official stuff. I asked certain questions to see if I could actually hit the target audience, like whether they liked it. I got all good responses. No one didn't like it. Who they thought it was aimed for, they all thought teenagers, which was great because they all got the target audience right. These are my pictures and comments. I also posted a picture on Facebook so just random people could leave their comments just to get some sort of outsiders' opinions. They're all, again, quite positive. Someone's noticed a couple of spelling mistakes, but nothing too bad. Again, this shows that I've hit my target audience. There's no negative comments. I asked the question where they find my magazine, and a very high percentage of them said newsagents. No one thought anyone else particularly. I looked at my target audience's interests to capture them. So I don't need to be interested easily. I've researched other magazines with a similar target group and genre to find out where they sell and where they advertise, just to get some ideas. I looked at my target audience's interest, some ideas what would capture their interest easily. I looked at where they spend a lot of time, so my magazine advertisement wouldn't get maximum use. I also looked at the other magazines with a similar target age to see where they'd advertise themselves. So as you see, these are mainly interests like cinema, music shops, and this is where enemies advertise themselves, seeing as conventions of media. I follow mainly conventions of media, and you see most all of them have mastheads, pull quotes. They have the image of the band on each, which links them together. I've used a lot of the left third here, I've stuck to that, barcode. By sticking to the convention of the media, I'm able to be comfortable that my magazine conforms to what the magazine buyers expect. If I challenged the conventions more, my magazine would have stood out more, but magazines, but I would not have been so comfortable that people would want to buy them. They might have not been so appealing to people. I've used on my magazines. I've used like a lot of graffiti. That's the only convention I'm able to challenge. You don't generally see it on magazines. It's usually quite a clean-cut background. Social groups. Yeah. To represent my target audience, well, my magazine, punk and rock and indie, I used sort of graffiti backgrounds, smoking. I mean, they might not all smoke, but generally people would think that. Leather jackets. I used dark colours to sort of indicate like darkness, and I got them to pose relaxed so they didn't look too conformed. They don't really care what people think. Distribution. Yeah, as I said, they mainly be distributed in newsagents. From my target audience, where they expect to find it, I want to put it where they think, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to find it. And also, Enemy uses a lot of magazines. And the other way of doing it is a lot of big distributors like Future, IPC.
So it would be the distributors like IPC and that will get it into the news agents?
Yeah, they would go to the news agents, go to different places, and then you'd know, because they're well known, that it's all good. Also, I could use, if I wanted to publish it on the internet, I could use things like Issue, technology, just that. I use lots of websites that create magazine. I had to use SurveyMonkey to find questionnaires, have a target audience, Blogger to upload it, Facebook to publish it, SlideShare, and then I learned the complexity of Photoshop and how professional it can make your work look, how long it actually takes to create a product, how effective layering is, and also how different types of media can contribute to your project. What a game. How to use Photoshop. I hadn't used it before doing this project, before doing AS. To make your work look unique and professional. How to use, get full photographs and everything so it looks quality and focus, to make it look more professional. Yeah, lots of different sources, and so make my work so it feels the type of audience.
Okay, thank you for that. Could you just have a look at your front page again?
Yeah.
Super. Sorry. So specifically, what social groups are represented by your magazine?
Punk, rebels, indie sort of groups, just rockers basically, and especially teens.
So what, 3 different groups of a similar age range, or?
It's kind of like one group, sort of punk rockers. As tend to have at the moment, rather than being just punk, they tend to have it's like indie. So it's like one group of teenagers.
And how would you say, looking at your magazine design, have you attracted that audience?
I've put on a band that is to the music pop round community. So they obviously recognise them, the big title there that shows them there, and just the background. I haven't made it too. I made it quite casual, quite sort of rocky. It's not really like conformed. It just.
It's not polished, is it?
It's kind of edgy. Because teenagers at the moment that genre don't really polish themselves. They just.
Okay, any questions? What inspires your masthead?
My masthead, I wanted to get some typography that kind of stood out to that sort of genre, and I thought the best place to put it would be the title, so it stands out and people would immediately know what the magazine would be, like the genre. And I just thought that the red and white and black, I knew I wanted those colours to contrast and everything, so it worked.